EM demands I give up my poolside spot because her angel wants it. It was a scorching hot Saturday, perfect weather for hitting the local public pool. I got there relatively early to snag a decent spot under one of the limited shade structures. I laid out my towel, set up my book and water bottle, and settled in for a relaxing afternoon of reading and occasional dips until about an hour later the pool was getting pretty crowded. Lots of families were arriving, kids splashing, the usual summer chaos. So I was engrossed in my book when I felt a shadow fall over me, blocking the sun completely. I looked up to see a woman, mid-30s, with a glare that could curdle milk, standing over me with two small children clutching at her legs. She didn't say anything at first, just stood there, arms crossed, tapping her foot impatiently. Me, can I help you? My scoffs. Yeah, you can move. My kids want this spot. Me, excuse me? I got here over an hour ago and this spot is taken. So? My little angel points to the older child, maybe 5, says he likes this spot. It's the only one with shade. And my little princess points to the younger one, maybe 3, gets sunburned easily. You don't have kids, you don't need the shade as much as we do. I blinked. Was she serious? Me. That's not how it works. I'm using this spot. There are other places you can set up your stuff. EM. But we want this one. Look how sad they are. The kids look bored. Not sad, but whatever. Just pack up your things and move. It's not fair that you're hogging the best spot when there are families who need it. Me. I'm not hogging anything. I arrived early and claimed this spot, fair and square. You can find another one. EM, you are being so selfish. My kids need this. Are you really going to make a little boy and a little girl sit in the sun and get burned? You're a horrible person. At this point, a few other people nearby were starting to look over. I didn't want a scene, but I also wasn't about to give up my spot to this entitled woman. Me, look, I understand you want shade, but this spot is occupied. I'm not moving. EM's face turned bright red. Fine, be that way. You clearly have no heart. Come on, kids, let's find a spot away from this mean person. She grabbed her kids and stomped off, muttering loudly about how some people have no consideration for mothers and children. The kids, bless their hearts, looked completely unfazed and were already pointing at the shallow end, eager to get in the water. I went back to my book, slightly annoyed but mostly just baffled by the sheer audacity. About 15 minutes later, I saw her setting up their towels and bags in a perfectly good spot, also under a different shade structure just a little further down. She didn't seem to remember her kids were supposedly in imminent danger of third-degree burns. For the rest of the afternoon, she kept shooting dirty looks my way whenever she passed by. I just ignored her and enjoyed my book and the occasional swim. Some people just feel entitled to whatever they want, regardless of who was there first or basic common courtesy. It's amazing the things people will demand just because they have children. The audacity of demanding a spot because my angel wants it and then finding another one easily. Classic entitled parent move, and you should definitely like and subscribe if you want more. EM demands a custom cake for free because her kid is a picky eater. I work at a small independent bakery known for our custom cakes and pastries. We take pride in our work, and while we're not cheap, our prices reflect the quality ingredients and labor that goes into everything we make. We have a display case with ready-to-go items, but most of our business comes from custom orders placed days or weeks in advance. One afternoon, about an hour before closing, a woman, EM, burst in with a child, probably around 6 years old. The kid was whining loudly about being hungry. Finally, we need a cake. A big one. Me, okay. Are you picking up a custom order, or were you looking for something from the display case? EM, neither. I need a cake for my son's birthday party tomorrow, like a really special one. He's a very sensitive boy and a picky eater. Me, I see. For a custom cake for tomorrow, you'd usually need to order several days in advance, sometimes a week, depending on complexity. We have some smaller cakes in the display case, or cupcakes if you're in a hurry. No, that won't work. He needs a specific cake. It has to be blue and shaped like a dinosaur, but not a scary one. And it can only have vanilla frosting, but it has to be that really light, fluffy kind, not the dense stuff. And no sprinkles, absolutely no sprinkles. Me, I understand you have specific requirements, but as I said, a custom cake like that takes time to prepare. We can certainly make that for you, but the earliest it would be ready is probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, depending on our current orders. Tuesday? His birthday is tomorrow. Are you listening? I told you he's a picky eater. He won't eat just any cake. He needs this cake. Me, ma'am, I sympathize, but we can't create a complex custom cake from scratch in less than 24 hours. It's simply not possible with our process and current workload. EM, But you have to. It's his birthday, and he's picky. Do you want him to starve at his own party? You're terrible at your job if you can't make a simple cake. Me, making a layered, sculpted, specifically colored and flavored cake with a particular frosting texture isn't simple, and it requires advanced planning. We have sheet cakes and round cakes in the display, plain vanilla or chocolate. You could buy one of those, and maybe add some edible decorations yourself. Shrieking. No. That's not good enough. He won't eat that. Why are you being so difficult? Just make the dinosaur cake. And since you're making me wait and stressing me out, you should make it free. It's the least you can do for a mother and her picky child. It's me. Absolutely not, sir. We cannot make a cake for tomorrow, and even if we could, we would not give it to you for free. Our cakes are not free. Duh. But my son, he's picky. It's his birthday. You are ruining his day. You are ruining his life. I'm gonna report you. I'm gonna tell everyone how awful this bakery is and how you hate children and refuse to feed them. She then grabbed her whining child, who still just looked hungry, not heartbroken over a specific dinosaur cake, and stormed out, slamming the door behind her. The bell above the door jingled angrily. I just shook my head. The entitlement of some people demanding impossible tasks for free just because their kid exists. It's mind-boggling. EM demands my seat on the bus, claims I'm faking needing it because I'm reading. I take the bus to and from work every day. It's usually pretty crowded, especially during rush hour. I have a chronic back issue that makes standing for long periods quite painful, so I always try to get a seat if possible. I also like to read on my commute. It helps pass the time and distracts me from the discomfort. Yesterday evening, the bus was packed. I managed to snag one of the last available seats near the back. I settled in, pulled out my book, and started reading. At the next stop, a woman, EM, got on with a stroller and a kid, maybe 4 or 5 years old. She struggled a bit to maneuver the stroller into the designated area, and then started looking around for seats. There were none left. People were standing in the aisle holding onto straps. EM's eyes landed on me. I was reading, so I guess I looked like an easy target. She marched over, stopping right in front of me. EM, excuse me, I need that seat. I looked up from my book, a bit startled. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using it. Yeah, I can see that. But I have a child. He's tired from kindergarten. You're just reading. You can stand. Me, actually, I have a back condition, so I really do need to sit. EM, scoffs loudly. A back condition? Please, you're just saying that because you don't want to give up your seat. You look perfectly fine. You're sitting there reading a book. If you had a real problem, you wouldn't be able to concentrate on reading. I was taken aback by her logic. Apparently, chronic pain makes you illiterate. Me, my ability to read has nothing to do with needing to sit. I'm telling you, standing for a long time is painful for me. I need this seat. Stop lying. You're just being selfish. My son's exhausted. He needs to sit down. The son, by the way, was happily staring out of the window, showing no signs of exhaustion. She then turned to the people standing nearby, appealing for support. EM, can you believe this? She's refusing to give up her seat for a tired child. She says she has a back problem, but she's just reading a book. She's clearly faking it. Most people avoided eye contact, which is pretty standard on a crowded bus. One older gentleman gave her a disapproving look but didn't say anything. Me, I am not faking it. And even if I wasn't, seats aren't automatically reserved for anyone just because they have a child. I got here first, and I need the seat. Emma, but he's a child. Children need seats more than adults. It's common courtesy. My poor baby. The bus suddenly braked slightly and she stumbled back a step, holding onto the stroller. Me, look, there are no other seats. I'm not giving this one up. You'll have to stand or wait for the next bus. EM's face was contorted with rage. You are the most inconsiderate person I have ever met. I hope your back condition gets worse. You deserve to stand. She huffed and went back to the stroller area, muttering threats and insults under her breath for the next few stops. I just put my headphones on and went back to my book, trying to ignore her. It's amazing how some people believe having a child gives them automatic priority over everyone else, regardless of their actual needs or circumstances. Yeah, because obviously chronic pain disables your ability to read words on a page. This entitled parent clearly skipped logic class. EM tried to shut down a street artist's performance because her kid doesn't understand it. I live in a city with a vibrant downtown area, and on weekends, it's common to see street performers, musicians, and artists setting up. It adds a lot of character to the place. One sunny afternoon, I was walking through a busy pedestrian mall when I saw a crowd gathered around a street artist. He was a really talented guy, doing speed paintings. He'd set up a canvas, put on some music, and paint an entire impressive landscape or portrait in just a few minutes, often upside down or with unusual tools. It was genuinely captivating to watch, and people were tossing money into his open guitar case. I stopped to watch for a while, along with maybe 20 other people. The artist was in the zone, music playing, paint flying. Suddenly, a woman, EM, pushed her way to the front of the crowd with a young child, maybe 3 or 4 years old. EM, loudly over the music, excuse me, can you stop that? The artist, focused on his work, didn't seem to hear her at first. The crowd ignored her, captivated by the painting. EM, louder, hey, artist guy, stop, my son doesn't like the noise, and he doesn't understand what you're doing. The artist paused, looking confused. He took off his headphones. Artist, sorry, did you say something? Yes, I said stop, your music is too loud, and this mess you're making is confusing my son. He doesn't get it. It's not appropriate for children. The artist looked around at the crowd, most of whom were now giving EM dirty looks. Artist bowed. Ma'am, this is a public space and I'm performing. People seem to be enjoying it. If your son doesn't like it, you're free to move along. Move along? We want to walk this way. You're blocking the path with your paint and noise, and why should we move? You're the one doing something confusing and loud. My son is sensitive. Artist, I'm not blocking the path. There's plenty of space to walk around, and my music isn't excessively loud. As for your son not understanding, that's not really my problem. I'm creating art. Art? This is just splashing paint. My son could do this, and he doesn't understand why you're doing it. It's upsetting him. Stop it right now or I'm calling the police. The child, who had been watching with wide eyes, didn't look upset at all. If anything, he looked kind of interested. A man from the crowd spoke up. Bystander, lady, he's a street artist. This is what they do. If your kid is bothered, take him somewhere else. Don't ruin it for everyone else. Another person chimed in. Another bystander, yeah, he's really good. My kids love watching him. EM rounded on them. Though, stay out of it. You probably don't have kids. You don't understand. My son's needs come first. The artist, clearly annoyed now, started setting up for his next piece, putting his headphones back on. He ignored EM completely. EM was furious. She started yelling louder, threatening to get security, threatening to call the city. The artist just kept working, the music starting up again. The crowd formed a tighter semicircle, deliberately blocking her view. Defeated but still fuming, EM grabbed her son's hand and dragged him away, muttering about how selfish people were and how nobody cares about children anymore. The moment she was gone, the crowd collectively sighed, and everyone went back to watching the artist, who gave a small, grateful nod to the bystanders who had spoken up. Some people think the world should stop turning just because their child is present, and if their child doesn't immediately understand or like something, it should be shut down. It's beyond frustrating. This entitlement is wild. Shutting down street art because a kid doesn't get it? What's the craziest demand you've heard from an entitled parent in public? Let me know in the comments. EM demands my perfectly good stroller for her special needs child because hers is broken. I was at a large shopping mall with my daughter, who is almost 2. We were using our stroller, a sturdy, reliable model that we've had for a while and keeps her comfortable during long trips. It's nothing fancy, just a standard, well-maintained stroller. We were browsing in a department store when a woman, EM, approached me, pushing an older, visibly damaged stroller with a wheel that seemed to be stuck or bent at an odd angle. A boy, maybe 5 or 6, was sitting in it looking uncomfortable. Excuse me, I need your stroller. Me, I'm sorry, my stroller isn't available. EM, yeah, I can see you're using it, but mine is broken. She gestured to her wonky stroller. See? The wheel is messed up. It's impossible to push. Me, that's unfortunate, but I need this stroller for my daughter. But you don't need it. Your kid looks like she can walk. My son has special needs. He can't walk long distances like a normal child. Now, I have absolutely no way of knowing if her child has special needs or not, and honestly, it's irrelevant to my needing my own stroller. Even if her child did, that doesn't automatically entitle her to someone else's property. Me, regardless, this is my stroller. I'm using it for my daughter. The mall probably has rental strollers you could use. Rental strollers cost money, and they're probably dirty. This one looks clean and comfortable. You're not using it properly anyway. Your daughter is just sitting there. My son actually needs it. He's special. The boy in the broken stroller looked increasingly awkward and was starting to hide his face. Me, I am using it properly by having my daughter sit in it. I'm not giving you my stroller. Please find another solution. EM's voice rose. You are unbelievable. My poor special needs child has to suffer because you're selfish. What kind of person are you? Don't you have any compassion? A store employee, SE, who had been straightening a display nearby, noticed the commotion and came over. SE, is there a problem here? M, yes. This woman is refusing to give me her stroller. Mine is broken and my son has special needs. He needs a working stroller and she won't share hers. See, ma'am, I can't force a customer to give you their personal property. As she mentioned, the mall does have strollers available for rent at the customer service desk near the main entrance. EM, I told you I'm not paying, and they're probably gross. This woman's stroller is right here, perfectly good. She should just give it to me. It's the right thing to do. Me, no it's not. It's my property. M, so what? My son is special. His needs outweigh yours. You're a horrible, heartless person. You're probably faking whatever reason you need it. Your kid looks fine. SE, ma'am, please lower your voice. If you need assistance with your broken stroller, I can help you find the nearest exit or direct you to customer service for a rental, but you cannot demand another customer's belongings. EM glared at both of us. Fine, keep your stupid stroller. I hope it breaks. You obviously don't know what it's like to care for a truly needy child. She yanked her broken stroller away, nearly tipping it over, and stormed off, muttering loudly about selfish people and fake problems. The boy in the stroller still looked mortified. The SE just shook their head and went back to work. I checked on my daughter, who was oblivious to the drama, and continued my shopping, completely baffled by the level of entitlement I had just witnessed. Seriously, demanding someone's personal stroller and using special needs? That's peak entitlement right there. What was your favorite story today? Let me know, and like and subscribe.